I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're speaking with author Robyn Smith Poston, an advocate of early childhood development who is exploring the importance of choices in a child's life through her delightful book, Keegan Learns He Has Choices. Drawing on inspiration from her grandchildren, Robyn emphasizes the significance of nurturing the young mind in a holistic manner. We're delighted to have Robyn join us here today in the Spotlight. We thank the folks at Good River Print and Media for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support writers like her by subscribing to our channel. Robyn, thank you so much for being our guest.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. Love your book. And as you think about it, a person is only a person, and you differentiate yourself from animals and other beings when you have choices, right? That's kind of the essence of it all.
Right. That's
Tell
it.
us a little bit about your inspiration for writing Keegan.
From teaching, from my years of teaching, and of course from my grandchildren, watching the choices that are being made and whether they go good or they go bad. It's really interesting to see what happens.
Absolutely. And for the folks at home, tell them who the character of Keegan is.
Keegan's a little boy who is getting ready to walk to school. His mom reminds him twice to get his coat. He thinks about it, and he's too lazy to go upstairs, so in freezing temperatures, he leaves without his coat. So it's about Keegan discovering that his day unfolds around a choice he made. He discovers pursuing choices often have consequences that we don't intend. And at the end, his friend Ari helps him to see that he might have made his choice a little bit too quickly.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a hard lesson for children to learn sometimes that actions have consequences and choices matter, don't you think?
I do. I definitely do.
And I think we see the result, unfortunately, at relatively young ages, that children make poor choices in lifestyle when it comes to drinking, when it comes to drugs, when it comes to excessive speed in their cars. Because you go from, the primary school grades to junior high to the troubled years of high school extremely fast.
You do. The power of choices, because our lives change with the choices that we make. For example, children don't even know they're making choices. They're just reacting to their environment. But you take a toddler who is upset about something and he throws a toy over and over. If his parents take that toy away from him for a period of time, he slowly learns, if I want to keep that toy, I better not throw that toy. So that changes the world just a little bit. It's important to teach and learn how to be responsible for ourselves and our actions, because all of our actions change the outcome of our lives.
Absolutely. Tell me a little bit about your work in childhood education.
Oh, I love it. I started as a kinder teacher, and we taught them to learn. I know when we were young, it seems like we were just there to play. But now you actually learn to read and multiply and divide in certain ways with different objects. Not like in head. And it just keeps me going. My grandkids keep me going and keep me thinking about the early childhood education.
Is this the first book you've written?
This is the first book I've written. I've written another one called Choices, Good, Bad, and Absolutely Crazy. And it's a little different because it's a rhyming book. But yes, this is the first one I've written.
Tell me about your grandchildren's reaction when they saw your book in print.
Oh, they're excited. They thought it was really neat, especially since Keegan happens to be one of my grandchildren's names and are one of their names. And so they were very excited.
So you got a Keegan. Tell me the rest of the names. That way they all get equal time, okay?
Right. I have a Keegan, I have an Ari, a Layla, and a Troy.
Okay, great. That's great. So you're going to have to name a book after each one of them. Ari's going to have to get his book, and Troy's going to have his book. That's great. It'll keep you motivated. It'll keep you writing.
Keep going. That's right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Keegan must be pretty proud. How old is Keegan?
Keegan's 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
He must be pretty proud, or is he at the age where he's too cool for that kind of stuff?
Oh, kind of too cool at this point. In the beginning, he was real excited, but then he kind of got a little bit cool. I'm like, oh, whatever.
That's how kids are, for sure.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I love the illustrations in your book. Tell me about who helped you with those, or who did those?
Florence Publishing. They had an illustrator there do the illustrations, and they turned out beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
So,
perfect for helping to tell the story because
they are.
reinforcing the text with images are so important for kids.
And I love colors. I think the colors are so bright and pretty.
Agreed, agreed. Now, do you ever do any readings of the book at libraries or in your
No,
school
I
or anything?
haven't yet. I haven't gotten into any of that yet.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to get you scheduled to do that because you probably enjoy getting the feedback from kids, right?
Oh, I love it. I love when their faces open up and the expression on their faces when they see the pages of a book unfold.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, your second book, is it in print yet or is it about
It
to
is.
be published? It
It is
is.
in print, and it's available at Dorrance Publishing and Amazon.
Okay, great, great. And the name of that book again is?
It's Choices, Good, Bad, and Absolutely Crazy.
That's right. And this is a rhyming book.
This one's a rhyming book. Yes.
Okay, great. So the rhyming book is fun because kids kind of almost memorize through rhyme, don't you think?
Yes, they do. They memorize a lot in repetition, and it's a lot of fun. He chooses different animals to be friends with, and sometimes it's a good choice and sometimes it's a bad choice, depending on if it's an elephant or a whale or what those animals can do.
Absolutely, absolutely. How old are the children that you work with?
I really like to think that my books are for all ages because we can all be reminded of the valuable lessons of choices because they are so important and they can be so lingering in our lives.
Yeah. So Keegan is 8. Tell me the rest of the ages of your grandkids.
Ari is 10, Layla is 4, and Troy is also 8.
Okay. So you got a full house when the grandkids come over.
I do, and it's wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there's anything more fun because parents have all the responsibility. Grandma gets all the fun.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you thinking about working on any other books?
Yes, I am. I'm always thinking whether I'm in a situation or I've read a book. I always think about it. If it sparks some kind of emotion, then I start writing it down in note form. And I go from there if it progresses. Hopefully the characters will jump off the pages.
Yeah. And how was it when you were writing Keegan Learns He Has Choices? Was it just pure inspiration that you wrote it quickly or did it take a while? Tell me about it.
My love for books keeps me inspired to keep writing. If I come up with a subject matter, I'll begin writing it down. And Keegan was the same way. It just kind of unfolded as I went.
Great, great. That makes it easier than having to draw it out of the recesses of your brain for sure.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. So have you thought about maybe having schools use your book as a strategy to help the parents and the educators understand the impact of choices?
Oh, I would love for that to happen. I think it's very, very important. I think that expanding our ideas of what choices are, if they're good or bad, and how they can make or break us is very, very important virtue.
Yeah. Have you visualized this as perhaps a series or a video for kids?
I think it would make a great animated series, expanding onto many other situations with choices. I grew up watching Little House on the Prairie, and the characters learn by experiencing life after a choice they made.
Right.
And that was fun.
Absolutely. Even something perhaps interactive where the kids would get to choose the proper choice. That might be a good learning tool for them.
Yeah. There used to be book series out a while back that did that, and you could choose which page you wanted to go to depending on which choice you made.
Right. Wonderful, wonderful. And I understand your other hobbies are quilting and gardening?
Quilting and gardening, yep. My garden's not too green, so I don't know how successful I am at gardening. But yes, I try to quilt. It's a hobby that keeps me busy and it's fun.
Okay, now is this one of these community quilts where you all get together, or do you do it on your own?
Well, I do get together with the women in my family, but we usually do our own quilt. We do like a lap quilt.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Well, you've got an interesting life. You've got a wonderful book, and you've got wonderful grandchildren to inspire you for sure. The name of the book is Keegan Learns He Has Choices, and it's a wonderful children's book that will help your child stay focused to stay on the right path at an early age, because like we discussed in the beginning, they go from being very little to not so little to pretty big pretty quickly. And you want to help your kids stay in the right lane. Anything you'd like to tell our audience before we leave today, Robyn?
You know, just watch around your life, see what situations go on, and you might be surprised at the different choices that jump out that you realize you're just making, but you're not recognizing.
Absolutely, yeah. And not making a choice sometimes is making a choice.
Yes.
And you have to realize that as well. Robyn, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time until next time on Spotlight.